What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna test ride this beautiful Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. Let's start from the engine. It's a CP3, so 3-cylinder inline, 890cc, developing 119 horsepower and 93 Newton meter of torque. Nissin brakes, both front and back. KYB semi-active suspensions. All new Matrix LED headlight, which are basically adaptive. There is a smart key technology, so you keep it in your pocket and you just act on this switch. 7-inch TFT dashboard with full integrated Garmin navigation, music, messaging, traction control, multiple riding modes, cruise control. Third generation quick shifter on the manual transmission model, which is this one. And something I really love is the new electronically adjustable windscreen. This is a life changer. It's so good. You can just use this joystick to go up and down, so you don't need to stop, you don't need to do anything dangerous. It's just on the fly while you're riding. That's amazing. And there is much more, guys, but 5 minutes are not going to be enough, to describe all the tech that this bike comes with. So let's just go for a spin. I'm gonna tell you my first impression about the bike. But before we start, a massive thank you to Megabikes. If you are around Dublin, find these and many other models to test ride. The guys are amazing and they will look after you.
Alright guys, if you follow my channel, you know already that I own an MT09. And I think for many of us the Tracer 9 is seen as the next step forward, so I will try to tell you how this Tracer 9 compares to it. If on the contrary you do not follow my channel, don't be shy, subscribe and smash that bell button to get all the notifications about my next test rides. Now, first quick impressions. Despite the 232 kg wet weight, the bike feels easy to maneuver and to handle. Throttle response is very smooth and manageable. Right now I've got it in road mode, but I'll switch it up to sport soon. Riding position is fairly upright. The bike itself is big with a longer wheelbase than the MT09. You can really feel it, yeah. The ergonomics are definitely less sporty than the MT09 and more touring focused, of course. It's very comfortable and the seat height is adjustable between 845mm and 860mm. I think that's a big plus. In traffic this bike is very easy to handle. It feels stable and well balanced. Now obviously it's not a scooter, but it gets the job done and pretty well too. Big plus, today's quite a hot day, but I'm not noticing any excessive engine heat coming through. That's always good, especially if you're stuck in traffic. Now, let's take this bike on some twisty mountain roads. I've just switched to sport mode. Alright, I'd say that from the beginning it inspires confidence. It's very planted, stable and flickable too. It really changes direction almost telepathically, I have to say. And this guy finally gets out of my way. Thank you, lucky day. The engine got a nice torque. It pulls strong, even 4th gear on uphill. Honestly, I sometimes forget to downshift because it's always in the power band. It's it's the CP3, it's the engine we know. It's an amazing engine. The quick shifter, it works very well, both up and down, and even lets you downshift on the throttle, which is a rare thing these days. About the clutch lever, it's not the lightest I've ever tried. I'd say it's a medium weight, but keep in mind this bike has only 100 kilometers on the clock, so it might loosen up in a few hundred kilometers. By the way, what an amazing road. This is my first time riding here. What a pleasant surprise. Now, How does this Tracer 9 compare to the MT-09? The engine response isn't as explosive. Don't get me wrong, it's strong and torquey, but even in sport mode, it doesn't have the same violent punch of the MT. And I think there are three main reasons for this. Well, first one being the weight, because this bike is at least 40 kilograms heavier than the MT-09, and that's something for sure. Second reason, break-in period. Remember, only 100 kilometers on the clock, so from my experience with the CP3, it takes at least 1000 or 1300 kilometers before it opens up. And third, it's surely more tour focused, so the throttle mapping is deliberately smoother. But just worth pointing it out, because if you're considering swapping your MT-09 for this, keep it in mind just to avoid any disappointment, and if you can, test ride one. Oh my god, this quick shifter is so damn satisfying that I'm shifting just for the fun, even when I don't need to. Alright, we are back in the city, and we got company here. Let's show these brothers what the Tracer 9 GT can do. Obviously I can't fully unleash the power of this beast, but I think they got the message. Okay, calm down, Tracer 9, you are getting too excited. A little respect for traffic laws and road users, please. By the way, if you want to see a quick MT-09 acceleration test, click on the link above and have fun. Windshield, my favorite topic. So here's the thing, I raised and lowered it down multiple times during the test ride, and ultimately I prefer to keep it down for better airflow. The positive note is, I like most bikes zero buffeting in either position, which is surprising because in 2025 most motorcycle windscreens still suck. So well done Yamaha, thumbs up. And this is the end of this quick test ride. What can we say to wrap it up, guys? So the bike is comfortable, refined, it got all the electronics you can possibly want to keep your ass safe. It is easy to ride, even in traffic. The engine doesn't need any presentation, I believe, and it handles beautifully. The windshield, definitely the best I've ever tried, and it's electric. And yet, there is one thing missing here. I think it's character. It's like riding a very well engineered machine that does everything well, doesn't cost too much for what you get, it's fast, reliable, practical, etc, etc. But she didn't really put a smile on my face today, and I don't really know why. I don't know. It's a bike that I would totally recommend, 100%, but that I personally would not buy. And I tell you why. I have recently test-ridden here Mega Bikes, a Moto Guzzi Stelvio and an Aprilia Touareg 660. We are talking about different types of bikes here. They cannot really be compared to this one, but both of them had the character, a soul. Well, I think this is exactly what is missing here. The Tracer 9 got an exceptional level of refinement, but it lost some character. Anyway, this is just my opinion, guys. You know, I'm pretty sure many of you will think I'm crazy, but that's what I think. And there we are, back in Mega Bikes. Today there was a special event where you could test ride all of these beauties. Have a chat, some snack, and all that for free. Once again, if you are around Dublin, swing by Mega Bikes. These guys are not just selling bikes, but trying to build a community. So thank you again for the opportunity, and thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Ride safe, and bye.